Social media is flooded with influencers waking to alarms blaring at 4:30 a.m., pushing the idea that without grinding before sunrise, you aren't committed. For most of us, that narrative clashes violently with reality. You're balancing a demanding job, family obligations, and maybe an hour of downtime at night. Finding a gap for the gym is hard enough without sacrificing your sleep. The fitness industry sells a one-size-fits-all morning routine, but if you naturally fall asleep past midnight, dragging yourself onto a treadmill at dawn creates massive physical and mental friction. You are left weighing two paths, chasing the biological perks of a specific hour or choosing the time slot that fits seamlessly into your actual life. There is no single universal hour that works for everyone. The right time to exercise depends entirely on matching your specific biological rhythms to your primary fitness targets.
Forcing yourself into a biologically optimal window that leaves you exhausted the rest of the day ensures you will eventually quit, and a skipped workout has zero physiological advantages. To find a sustainable routine, you have to align three specific variables: your schedule, your goals, and your biology. The first two are conscious choices. You know exactly what your work hours demand, and you know whether you want to lose weight or build strength. The third variable is subconscious. It is your chronotype, your body's hardwired, natural rhythm that dictates when you feel energized and when you need rest. A routine that sticks only exists in the exact center where these three circles overlap. Ignore your schedule, your goals, or your natural chronotype, and the habit will eventually break. This matrix breaks down how different times impact your body. Training in the morning between 7 and 9 a.m. means exercising in a fasted state. Without calories, your body taps stored reserves. This kickstarts metabolism and helps you burn a higher percentage of fat. That early physical exertion also creates a behavioral ripple effect. When you start your day investing in your health, you're far more likely to choose nutrient-dense foods over junk later in the afternoon. But waking up directly into a workout has physical costs. Your body temperature is low and your muscles are stiff, requiring a much longer, dedicated warm-up to prevent injury. If you are a natural night owl, forcing this routine requires battling your biology every single day, draining willpower before you even start sweating. The morning window is an exceptional tool for weight loss. Yet, because the physical and mental barriers are so high, it is fragile for anyone who isn't a natural early riser. Exercising in the middle of the day serves a completely different purpose. It functions as a deliberate interruption to a heavily sedentary work schedule. Around 1 or 2 p.m., digestion and circadian dips combine to tank your energy. A quick physical session forces blood flow, actively keeping your metabolic rate high when it wants to crash. Stepping away from the desk also clears mental fatigue. You return to your afternoon tasks with sharpened focus and a reset attention span. However, the logistics of a midday workout are brutal. Leaving the office, changing, training, showering, and getting back to work within a standard lunch hour is almost impossible. Because the clock is running, these sessions are almost always rushed. You are forced to cut rest periods short and frequently skip your final sets. Capping your time limits your total workout volume. Without that volume, you hit a strict ceiling on how much muscle you can build. A midday workout is incredibly efficient for basic health maintenance and fighting off the afternoon crash. But if you have demanding, progressive fitness goals, a rigid 45-minute window simply won't give you enough runway. That brings us to the early evening window, spanning from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Look at this graph tracking your core body temperature over a 24-hour cycle. It climbs steadily and peaks in that late afternoon window, naturally priming your system for intense work. That elevated temperature translates directly to warmer joints, faster nerve transmission, and increased muscle elasticity. This is when you're physically capable of lifting the most weight. It provides a critical psychological outlet. You can take the accumulated frustration from a workday and explode it outward into a heavy set or sprint. But pushing this window too late introduces a major risk. Engaging in high-intensity training within 2 hours of bedtime forces your nervous system into overdrive. Hard exercise spikes cortisol, a stress hormone that keeps you alert. If that hormone is surging when your head hits the pillow, it actively blocks your brain from dropping into deep, restorative sleep cycles. Evening sessions provide the absolute best conditions for building muscle and blowing off steam, but schedule them too late and they cannibalize the very recovery sleep your body relies on to see those results in the first place.
To stop guessing and choose your optimal time, we can map your situation on this flowchart. You start by identifying your primary barrier. If you are struggling to find a free hour anywhere in your week, you are a time-poor generalist. Your barrier is consistency. You should ignore biological optimization completely and lock in whatever time slot you actually have open. If you already train consistently and want to target a specific outcome, you are a goal-oriented optimizer. You match your time to the goal: morning for weight loss, afternoon for muscle gain, and early evening for stress relief. Placing yourself accurately on this chart demands ruthless self-honesty. You have to admit whether your real hurdle is a tricky schedule, a biological mismatch, or just a lack of discipline. When you are caught between a difficult schedule and an ambitious goal, your natural chronotype has to serve as the ultimate tiebreaker. Fighting your hardwired biology yields diminishing returns. If forcing a 5 a.m. alarm means you perform poorly at work and skip playing with your kids because you are exhausted, the physical benefits of that workout are erased by the cost to your life. A biologically suboptimal workout completed 5 days a week will mathematically beat a perfectly optimized session that you only do once. So build your routine in this exact order. Lock in a maintainable schedule, adjust to honor your sleep cycle, then pursue physiological optimization. The idea of a single, flawless time of day to exercise is a myth. The correct time is simply the one where you run out of excuses to skip it.